What you gonna do with it? 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 What you gonna do? I see you with it. Pop that. Go. Now let me see you go. I see you with it. Pop that. Now let me see you go. I see you with it. Pop that. Go. Now let me see you go. I see you with it. Pop that. Now let me see you go. 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 What you gonna do with it? 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 What you gonna do with it?
online, ready to fire away. A digital breeze from cybernet seas. We may not make it out of the bay. Just unwind, it doesn't matter anyway. Try not to freeze or throw away the keys. The predator is now the prey. Things could be different. Things could be alright. Things could be innocent when dark becomes light. We're online, ready to fire away. Powered by a dream, connected to a screen. The Revo's in 4K. Cybernet seas, we may not make it out of the bay. Just unwind, it doesn't matter anyway. Try not to freeze or throw away the keys. The predator is now the prey. Things could be different. Things could be alright. Things could be innocent when dark becomes light. We're online, ready to fire away. Powered by a dream, connected to a screen. The Revo's in 4K.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome on into week number 10 of the ACF1 season. I'm Adam, EV500, and joining me tonight in the broadcast booth for a second week is Thomas Castellani. Tom, last week we saw Fox get his third victory in a row here and climb back in the standings, but looks like it's going to be a tight race based on the practice sessions.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see if he can put a challenge again to Cody Lawrence, who again has been at the top of the timesheets, but it's all pretty close. Everyone's kind of within a second, at least a good portion of the field, second and a half there. So I think it's going to be a good one.
It should be a good one indeed. Cody Lawrence still leads in the point standings with 199 points, almost to that 200-point mark. But Fox is closing in behind. He is only 30 points behind with 169 points. Danny Hernandez in third with 88 points. Look at the difference between second and third. So a big point gap between the leaders and the rest of the field. So that will be the storyline probably till the end of the season, which is just in a couple of weeks' time. But you also have Lake Smith in there, Ryan Earl, Matt Chevry, Mark Levine, who's not racing tonight, and Damian Hall, William Neron, and more. I can't remember who that is. I have to. I can only go off of
to be determined.
To be determined, but the rest of the field, I mean, second and third and fourth, only 9 points away from each other. And then fifth is only at 75 points. Ryan Earl, 75 points right now. And if he has a good race tonight, can outperform some guys tonight. He could see himself in a third spot by the end of the race tonight. So, but it is now time to get ready for qualifying here. Again, we have 14 minutes for qualifying. So, and then we'll proceed to a 34 lap race. Now, Tom, the circuit tonight you are familiar with, so why don't you tell everybody about the track we're racing on tonight?
Yeah, this is Assen Circuit in Holland or the Netherlands. It's an amazing track in my opinion because I've watched a lot of motorcycle racing there, and it's so fast and flowing for that discipline that hopefully we get some similar racing tonight in the F1 cars. But yeah, it's a doozy.
It definitely is a doozy. It is 21 turns, and it's a total length of 4.5 kilometers or 2.8 miles. So it's actually kind of a short circuit, but a lot of turns, so a lot of technical sections to drive through.
Yeah, when you see the track map up there, it doesn't really look like 2021 tons. I suppose in the same way that Azerbaijan or what is it, Jeddah, is just kind of drawn out, and you've got lots of little changes in direction or straights that aren't quite straight. And so that kind of gives it that count. You can see here a little flip flop of a chicane as the drivers start to get, or at least try to get, some heat in the tires for their banker runs.
Yes, and what is it going to take to get a good banker run through here? It's going to be just staying on the track. I mean, there's some areas of this track that look like you could easily just go a little bit wide, and there's a lot of sections that you are pretty much flat footing it for quite a long ways. You're not getting off the gas at all. So we'll see what happens here. Let's head on board with Danny Hernandez right now. He is currently third in the championship standings.
Yeah, so Danny already kind of coming into the main straight. This final chicane is really nice in the way that the curbs just cut back into the track, and now he's on a flyer.
Down in the turn one for Danny Hernandez, and we'll keep you updated on the timing here, but Danny Hernandez was the first one out, so he will be the first one to put up a time here. Nicely done. Has to kind of tiptoe a little bit through that section, but I understand. Don't want to. It has a Hockenheim kind of vibe to it, if you know what I mean, Tom. Kind of this fast track with some tight turns. That turn in particular seemed like a little bit of a challenge for an F1 car to probably get good grip out of the corner, maybe wheel spin a little bit.
Yeah, the corners can be deceiving. They're not just straightforward. There's a lot of reducing radius. I think earlier in the lap we really saw Danny just kind of get a little bit deep, or was pushing for a late apex. And again, we're heading into the final chicane, so that's how fast the lap is. We're just over a minute for a lap here, so pretty rapid.
So Danny Hernandez fastest right now. Ryan Earl to third. Matt Chevry is in the second spot. Cody Lawrence steals that away though with a 111.839. William Neron comes across the line to start his lap.
But we know that Cody has more in the bag there.
Oh yeah,
got another 5/10 or so. We'll see if the times come down as the drivers start to push a little bit more.
Well, looking here, Danny Hernandez a 111.7 on his first lap. Cody Lawrence 111.839. Damian Hall third quick with a 111.907. Again, that's why it reminds me a lot of Hockenheim. It looks deceivingly long, but it's actually a really quick lap. It's not your average 130.
Indeed. Ooh, we just seen William Neron get a bit wide there. I think he might have kept that valid as far as not going too far out. Definitely got a bit of a spot run. Almost bazooka-esque coming through the final left-handers into that chicane. Bit of a different layout.
113.
And, again here, the drivers are doing only one hot lap on the tires in quali.
Well, while that was all happening, Kieran Fox goes to the pole with a 111.770. Was only 0.001 seconds faster than Danny Hernandez. Like, that's how...
Say times are tight.
That's what we mean. Times are that tight. Wow. Cody Lawrence currently in the third spot, and I think he's on a lap here.
It looks that way. He definitely looks to be pushing pretty hard. Just having to make a correction after turning in there, gets it to each of the apexes. Actually cuts it quite tight there. He doesn't kind of wait to aim for the apex where that stack of tires was on the right side, but now coming in to complete the lap.
Steps on it. Ooh, good run through the chicane there. Didn't look like got a whole lot of wheel spin, but doesn't improve.
That's a surprise. Maybe we just expect so much now.
He'll go again here. Legs will come across the line now. And he is starting an actual hot lap here. Currently in the 12th spot. His best lap was a 126.891, so definitely had an off somewhere.
Yeah, we saw Legs. I think he was in the run 12s around about in practice, so certainly he can piece it together. He's gonna run himself out of time potentially in terms of being able to get a faster lap in. You know, when you're still chasing that banker deep into the session, you put yourself on the back foot essentially. So we as spectators will definitely hope to see a repeat of the battle between Legs and Matt Chevry for last round at Fuji. Ooh, getting a little bit close to the tires.
And Legs goes 7th quick, a 112.528.
Yeah, not a bad lap, and straight back out. He's not hanging around.
Danny Hernandez looking to improve, and what's kind of an interesting part about this circuit is that there's not 3 sectors on the timing. They show 4 sectors. So looking at the timing gets a little bit confusing than what we're used to looking at our live timing. You're used to seeing 3 sectors, and now you see 2 sectors or 4 sectors, and it's like, oh my. You just think the timing's lagging, and no, it's very interesting to see this happen. Ryan Earl is improving on his time. He has a good sector 1 and 4. Did not improve in sectors 2 and 3. Daniel Hernandez, though, looking to improve here now. He is again 0.001 seconds away from Fox, and we'll show the times. I think they're going to be able to be shown here.
Yeah, Cody to the top.
Cody on pole now, and he improves by a lot, and he leads Kieran Fox by a 10th. So, and this is what we're kind of seeing in practice. Cody Lawrence and Fox about being a 10th off each other in practice times. But Danny Hernandez and Kieran Fox, I mean, that is a stat, Tom, to be 0.001 seconds away from the guy in second.
Yeah. We'll have to see if either driver has. There it is. Fox to the top now.
Kieran Fox.
6:05, so just a little ahead of Cody.
Kieran Fox to the pole. Wow. Now 50. He's up by 5 50 thousandths of a second over Cody Lawrence. And if you're Danny Hernandez right now, you are kicking yourself because he is in the pits again after he just got started on a hot lap. He improved in sector 2. I got one off the road here for Cody Lawrence, but looks like not in the way. But Cody Lawrence will get on the loud pedal, and here we go. Down into turn 1. Cody Lawrence.
The purple sector from leg, sector 3.
And he's in the pits. So he improved to 4th place, a 111.900 with the fastest sector 3. But it's all eyes on Cody Lawrence right now. He hasn't improved in sector 1. But this is where hopefully you don't mess up. Oh, he goes wide, and that's not going to count. And he is back into the pits. He's got another opportunity to get back out there, but he's running out of time to snatch away the pole position. Dan Hernandez on an outlap, same with legs. Damian Hall on an outlap.
I think the fact that the track is so short, obviously the drivers don't have to. They can get a few more laps in than other circuits, and also probably makes the track a little bit quicker to learn because you can just bang in a bunch of laps. But it is the final 3 minutes.
Yep, here we go. But Kieran Fox is out here. Cody Lawrence is back into the pits. He has another opportunity to go here. So he had a green sector 1, ended up going to pits after that. I don't know if he's staying there. Maybe he's just waiting to see what Kieran Fox is going to put up here. Kieran Fox improves in sector 2. So, but down sector 1, hopefully for him, he's gotten the time to kind of cancel each other out there. Here he comes in the sector through sector 3 and green sector 3. Cody Lawrence is out there now. Here comes Kieran Fox across the line. What does he improve by? Oh my lord, he gets the fastest sector for a 111.448. And he improves by 2/10 over Cody Lawrence.
Impressive. Really, that final sector coming out of the last turn, he gassed it up and the car started to slide. And I mean, your instinct is that, well, that he's lost time, but really not.
No,
really that was able to get him a good run to the line. 15.903 in sector 4 for Kieran Fox that time around. So
that's a lot.
noticing as well that yes, between legs and Damian Hall, we've got 7,000 for the second. Not quite the 1,000th that we had before, but still very tight between these drivers.
Yes.
What can Cody do? He's red on all sectors at the moment.
But he just got done with his outlap, so he's gonna come through sector 1, down sector 1.
Yeah.
Now he's got to find the time through sector 2. Look at him throw it in here. This is where he went off track last time. Keeps it on track this time, but didn't get out as wide he was probably hoping there. Getting back on that loud pedal. He's flying through here. Again, goes a little bit wide, but stays on track. And this is going to be a tough complex of corners for any driver trying to go fast here. It is a double apex turn, but it's wider than a normal double apex for this type of car. And Cody Lawrence comes through the final chicane and cross the line, does not improve, and that is going to end his qualifying here. So Kieran Fox will be on the pole unless, well, Danny Hernandez's time is invalidated.
We did see a EB in the final sector from Cody, so clearly he was able to push a little bit harder there. Legs also has a personal best first and last sectors. Able to improve just a little bit, keep himself in fourth. Micah Locke also with a PB.
Oh, and Reinstein into the wall hard. But Warely, where's Danny right now? Danny not improving. Matt Chevry also not improving.
This could get Grant Worley ahead of Ryan Earl if he's able to put the lap together. He just needs to get a good run out in the final chicane. It's a bit dicey.
Oh
But
my
here it
lord.
is, more than that. Two
What?
spots up.
112.129. He went from 8th to 6th on that lap, and that's a great lap by Warely. But Matt Chevry improves even faster, a 112.101.
Didn't see that one coming.
No, he was down in all the sectors except Sector 3. That was the only sector he wasn't down in. And there we go. Well, very quickly here, already back into the main menu. But Karen Fox on the pole tonight. Cody Lawrence in second. Danny Hernandez in that third spot. Legs in fourth, row 3. Damian Hall and Matt Chevry, row 4. Grant Warely and Ryan Earl. Row 5, Herbert Reinstein and William Neron. And row 6, Michael Locke and Angela. So that is a look. And Tom, what after watching qualifying there, what are some of the things you're hoping to see this race?
I think it's going to be interesting to see how the cars are able to fight with one another, because it does feel a little bit one line, but if the drivers are able to start battling, then lap times are going to drop. And for us, that's good, because then it just keeps everyone in the mix. You know, over one lap, a driver can do what they want, but if they start playing with one another and start fighting on track, then it's going to get pretty interesting pretty quick. So, hoping for a bit of that.
Well, it's about time to go racing here. We're going to get the cars lined up on the grid for 34 laps around TT Circuit Assen, right? That's how you pronounce it, Assen?
Assen, yeah.
Assen. Okay.
Assen. And if the cars weren't so fast, I would be telling you as they went through various different corners, but I don't think I could keep up. There are some great corner names here. We've got Streckenwald, Rosenhoek, Wienslang, Distruben, Ramshoek, Hogerheide. I mean, it's like, what a fun track.
Well, 6 lights are about to turn on here and go out. Six lights on. And 6 lights will go out, and away we go. Good start there by Kieran Fox, but Cody Lawrence trying to take the inside here and pushes out Kieran Fox wide, but they stay together. But Cody Lawrence on the inside line does a great job holding on to it, but Kieran Fox holding on to the outside. He's not going anywhere. Damian Hall moves himself up into third. Danny Hernandez down into fourth. Grant Worley. There goes Ryan Earl spinning it around. Worley trying to take advantage of his great starting spot and moving himself into the 5th spot. Kieran Fox battling with Cody Lawrence as they are completing Sector 2 here, and Fox has got bumped off. Oh no! What?
Again. I know. Yeah, Ryan L was able to bring it back on track, but Kieran is all the way down. I think he just got a bit of a swapper there, and it snapped and just sent him completely off to the left side of the track. But otherwise, the drivers are sort of getting in line. Lawrence off the front, And Fox a good 7-8 seconds back off the field. That's what we're seeing on timing at the moment. To see if he's had to bring it into the pits. He's just getting, nope, time's dropping. So not sure what's up with Fox's car or at the moment. Liam Neron ahead of Leg Smith now. Leg's just getting a little wiggly.
Well, the battle for the lead still ongoing here. You have Damian Hall only 4/10 away from Cody Lawrence. Cody Lawrence trying to separate himself from the rest of this pack, while Fox is currently all about 21 seconds away from the rest of the field.
Yeah, Cody's going to want to try and make a break for it now, but if he just has one wide exit or one little issue, any wiggles or tank slappers or anything, he's going to be right back with Damian Hall, and Damian Hall is on him. He's not letting him go. We've got a couple more laps before the DRS is enabled, I'd think. I'm surprised it took Kieran so long to get going. I just have to wonder if he had any sort of mechanical, some issue with his equipment there. Fastest lap on fastest lap on fastest lap. These are all PBs coming in, I think, on the purple times, but just goes to show that the drivers are getting settled into their pace. We've got Damian Hall right in the gearbox of Cody Lawrence here, and this is, and like I said, the DRS hasn't even been enabled yet, so the zones on this circuit, I'm not sure how long they are, whether they'll offer quite a lot more in terms of a run in, or if they might just create a bit more drama as they head into the following turns. Chevry getting ahead of Michael Lockwood, gets sideways now, just lights it up, and he's creating a smoke screen now. He has to wait. He has to wait before he can get in.
That's Damian Hall, and...
Sorry. Damian Hall. So Damian Hall was pressuring Cody, but obviously it just let loose, and now Cody's got a bit of breathing room. He's being shoved out by Herbert Reinstein.
Yep, Herbert Reinstein now into the 8th spot and 4 seconds away from Matt Chevry, but it seems like it, but Damian Hall is, if he didn't have bad luck, he wouldn't have any luck at all. It seems like
yeah. Oh, we've got a collision between Worley and Smith by the looks of things. I was just getting a prompt, so it looks like a front wing to rear gearbox.
No, probably this braking zone area. Probably.
Yeah, you'd imagine. Kieran Fox now just 11 seconds off the back of the field, but things are starting to space out just a little bit. I have to note that Ryan Earl, after being off at the first lap, is back into 4th, so you can see how things change quick here. Now, Danny Hernandez still within a second of Cody Lawrence. Cody's not being able to make the break as quickly as he might have liked.
Well, here we go on lap 5. Danny Hernandez 4/10 away in the DRS down the front straight, and oof, that's one of those awkward corners, I feel like, for some drivers, because it feels like there's a couple different lines guys are taking through that corner. We saw Danny Hernandez kind of take a different line compared to Cody Lawrence there.
Yeah, and if you're following it, definitely spices things up if you're trying to see where you have time on the driver in front, or perhaps getting a little bit of error wash. You know better. Like, is that a big issue in these cars?
Not terribly, I don't think. I think these cars can follow each other pretty well, so.
Well,
But
that's good for us.
yes, so we're gonna see these gaps stay the same for a while here. But Kieran, I would imagine Kieran Fox um, going to run it through the field here. He's on.
Oh, Danny looking left and right. Cody diving to the inside line and gives Danny the outside, so Danny has to pull out and try again in a few corners. Looks like we did have a pass between Ryan Earl on William
William
Nearon.
Neron.
Yeah, I was watching those gaps, but they just closed up so quickly. Now William is behind, and the gap is starting to stretch out quite quickly. I feel as though Ryan Earl possibly just has a bit more pace right now. We'll have to see how the tires develop. A lot of drivers on, well, I can see William Neron's on the hard tire, I think. Ooh, big swapper, but saves it.
That would have been a tank slapper right there.
Indeed.
Danny Hernandez, half a second away from Cody Lawrence. Legs, about a second away from Grant Werley. I would imagine that gap is going to close a little bit here.
Yeah, it seemed like they were door banging a little bit earlier, but this whole string of 4 or 5 cars is kind of starting to gather back together. I think we're going to see a fair amount of elasticity in the field, just because it's so difficult to maintain consistency here, and as people make small mistakes or other drivers have banger laps as they go around, it kind of keeps things together.
Well, looking at Fox here, he has slowly closed his way to Angela. He's 2 seconds away, and and after that, I mean, he's not terribly far anymore. I mean, it was 21 seconds at one point.
No, I mean, we're still around quarter distance, and he's got enough time to make a good recovery drive to at least try and push through the field. And it's not impossible that anything will happen. We've got Danny in the lead now, so I'm not sure how that happened, but certainly he was able to get past Cody Lawrence, and Cody's not going to let him go. So you'd have to imagine Cody's going to have something to answer with, but as it is now that Danny's got a little bit of clear air, he even a bit of a gap.
Well, it looks like it might have been a mistake
we still have
somewhere.
to go through the pit cycle. Yeah. Let's see if we can see. Yeah, oh. I mean, so just to give you an idea of the tire life here. Again, Legs and Grant seem to be either making contact or no, it does. We see something going on there on the timing screen, so they're going at one another. But yeah, no, Cody Lawrence was a good second off his pace last lap, but also we're seeing times. Danny's last lap was a 1:59. Now, if you remember, we were healthily in the 1:11s in quali. So either the fuel load is having a big effect, or the tires are just starting to go. Like I said, a lot of the drivers running the hards. I think it feels like the medium and the hard are the ones the drivers have been happier with. Perhaps the soft is just a bit too soft for the loads and the forces that this track puts on them. Kieran Fox in the pit. Interesting. We've also got Matt Chevry very close to the back of William Neron on track at the moment. So, oh, Kieran, 3 second for crossing the white line. So, what could have been a good day getting a little bit tougher again. Every really pressuring William Neron here, but Neron doing well to hold him off, and he's not exactly rolling over, and Matt Chevry gets a big slide, so they're able to gather it. He's going to stay in behind William Neron, and he'll probably be able to make that gap back again, but he's just giving himself some more work to do. Damien Hall also in the pit, so I feel like we're going two-stopper here. A lot of the drivers, that's probably going to be the standard. Last race we saw Danny Hernandez go for a daring one-stop.
Well, now we're seeing some other guys pit. Herbert Reinstein, Damien Hall. Well, Damien Hall had some unfortunate luck for himself, but he was going to get around Angela here.
Taking a bit of a breather. So Danny has been able to put a couple seconds into Cody Lawrence, but this is a couple seconds is decent. It's certainly not huge when it comes to pit cycle. You know, that can still disappear quite quickly. So I wouldn't be surprised if Cody's either he just doesn't have the race pace compared to Danny, which is possible. I know we kind of are used to him going very, very fast all the time, but the other, he might also be conserving tires just a little bit as Danny is putting in some hotter laps.
This is really the closest battle for position at this point. It's P4. William Neron, Matt Chevry. Chevry, really good run, almost to the back of William Neron there. Pretty much almost, I would say that the nose of his car was sniffing the rear end there, and he gets a good run with the DRS, and in the turn one he goes.
Yeah, a good bit of a block pass there. He just kind of plonked it in front of William Neron and didn't give William anywhere to go.
Yep.
Legs is in the pits now, but yeah, clean pass for Matt Chevry. He had to looked like he had to pull out of the slipstream quite quickly and almost jinked towards the pit wall.
Yeah.
But his pace in, say, particularly the third and fourth sectors was just above where William was able to be. So Kieran Fox setting a PB now. He's a little ways behind the car of Angela now. Angela's still yet to pit. So for Fox, I mean, as is usually the case, you know, the lead cars, Danny, Cody Lawrence, and maybe even Ryan Earl, they'll kind of want to try and push as far into the stint as they can, because pitting off the front and dropping yourself into traffic is just not, it's not sensible.
I don't know if you just saw what I just saw right there, but William Neron had the TRS right down the front straight, but he was like 1.3 seconds behind because he messed up the last corner. Is the DRS like detection point like that far back?
I guess so, yeah. It could be that. I mean, for anyone creating these tracks, I guess they do have a little bit of liberty in that F1 doesn't race here, so they can kind of pick where they place those detection zones, and if it's far away, then you might find yourself in that scenario.
Just imagine being 1.3 seconds back and you get DRS.
I mean,
What a feeling.
why not?
Well, William Neron is into the pit lane now, and we'll change out those tires. But right now, all eyes forward as Danny Hernandez has now opened the gap up to 1.8 seconds.
Yeah, so now that I decide to look at the timing screen, I do see that we have a tire readout here. So a lot of drivers right now, certainly up front, basically the majority of the drivers who haven't pitted yet, barring who was it? Neuron. Yeah, so a lot of drivers on the C1. That's what I meant to say. We've got Damien Hall on the C3, and Neuron Fox on the C2. So, for our lovely viewers at home, what does that all mean? What's the C1?
C1 is the hardest compound.
Okay. So, to translate, basically a lot of drivers opting to stay on the hard, and that, I mean, that makes sense that perhaps it's possible to make this a one-stop, because the further we get in, the more I'm thinking that what I said earlier was complete hodgepodge. Two-stop, there are definitely going to be some two-stoppers. Or drivers that will be running a longer second stint and more one-stops. So Damien Hall running the softest of the compounds, which again we hadn't really seen. There's a lot of drivers running the medium in quali from what I saw.
Oh,
it's the yellow walled tire.
So that would be incorrect. So the medium tire is the softest compound. The yellow marked tire will be considered the softest compound. The white marked tires are going to be the medium tires. So let's see here. That's the C1 that Cody Lawrence has on. So that is our hard tire. And anybody on a C2 right now? No, nobody's on a C2.
Fox is on a C2.
Oh, he is.
Unless what I'm seeing on here is incorrect. That is entirely possible. But
so, well, let's go on board here. You can see the actual white line, right? So there we go for all the viewers at home. And then for Danny Hernandez, see, there's not that white line. It's actually just the name of the tire.
It's an unmarked tire. Yes.
Yeah. So it's the what we would probably call the black marked tire, the unmarked tire. So
okay, so all of the drivers, I misunderstood. I didn't see any red wall tires, so I thought they weren't running the softs. But what that meant is that everyone was running the yellow wall tires because that was the softest compound that they had available to them.
yes.
Okay. So, now, even more strategy to think about. I'm actually just seeing a fastest Sector 3 from William Neron, and he's just gone on to the C2. So, we're saying that's the medium, the white wall's the medium. a majority of drivers still are on the hard tire, right? So you could do a hard to medium. You could do a hard to soft potentially, but it's a bit dicey. I think what Damien Hall might be doing is, and I don't know what tire he was on at the beginning of the race, could be a medium, soft medium, which would make him a two-stopper.
Mm-hmm. Well, Matt Chevy right now chasing down Ryan Earl as we're seeing guys pit. Oh, and Cody Lawrence, massive crash off
What
track.
happened there?
Oh my!
He's back on, but that must have been a snap. Where is Micah Locke? Is Micah in the pits, or is Micah just dropping down? Do you think had Cody started lapping?
No, because they're not close to each other. Because here's.
I think so, though. I think they might have.
Because here's Micah Locke is in front of him.
Is now.
By no, he's not. It's not a lap car situation.
Okay.
So, because here's Cody right now. He's coming into the final sector here, like the back straight, pretty much. Cody Lawrence and Micah Locke is now coming into the front straight, so they're pretty far apart from each other for that to have happened.
They are, but Cody did take a little while to get on. It's just trying to figure out if Cody dropped it all on his own or not, because Danny's dropped down, but has Danny pitted? Yeah.
Ryan Earl into the pit, same with Matt Chevry. And Damien Hall, 5-second time penalty for speed. Oh, and his day just keeps getting worse.
Has he dropped it entering? Yeah, it looks like it. Looks like he went on brakes and just lost it through the limiter line there. So that's a double whammy.
Well, yeah, he had some good luck last week, but unfortunately that luck ran out this week.
Seems so. So Kieran 10 seconds off the back of Matt Chevry, but he has made up some positions now. We were over halfway in the race. It's going to be tough for him to make up too much more, but he should be able to, particularly if there are some two-stoppers. It's a good 14 laps that he's got to play with. But again, the fact that the times are so tight means that he's not, you can't just drive up through the field when he's only got, 0.5 to a second on some of the drivers in front of him. Not whirly in the pits. So as this all shakes out, William Neron actually seems to have done pretty well off of the pit cycle. And Cody Lawrence, you have to feel that Angela hasn't pitted yet, and neither has Cody. So Cody's going to drop back behind Danny for sure. Danny had the lead before the pit cycle and before Cody had his off there. So just be interesting to see whether Cody maintains third place or not after his pit stop. Come in now. Battle on screen between Legs and Matt Chevry, although Legs is not quite on the back of Matt yet. Cody coming out. He's lost third place. He's lost second place, sorry. And I think he's going to get out just in front of Ryan Earl. So Ryan Earl with the hotter tires is going to want to push and just see if he can't mess with the rhythm of Cody and get in front whilst he's still getting those tires up to temperature. 3/4 of a second back. Ryan Earl. Cody being able to get up to speed pretty quickly. Ryan cutting it tighter in comparison. Cody using a lot of the circuit and a lot of the curbs.
See Ryan Earl trying to stay within that 1 second of Cody Lawrence. Michael Locke trying to catch up to Herbert Reinstein.
Yeah, it's interesting to see some personal bests coming in now, but more likely because a lot of these drivers have gone onto the C2s, so we're off the hards, and I'm seeing purple sectors popping up for Cody in the final sector, second sector for Grant Worley. This race is only going to get quicker. The fuel load's coming down, the tires are faster, but those drivers who decided to go onto the hards for the second stint, such as, well, Cody's one of them. So that's super interesting. Again, if I can believe what I'm seeing in front of me, that means that he's gone hard. He can't have gone hard. He's got to run both tires, right? Or two sets of tires.
Yeah, 2 different types of tires, so...
Okay, well, let's put a hold on that for the time being, because if that's the case, that... I mean, I'm seeing a white wall tire on Cody's car.
Yeah, it's a C2.
That's a C2, okay. And now I'm seeing, okay,
Yeah.
maybe you just had to come across the line for it to register.
Yeah,
So
it will show you the best lap.
Ugh. Okay, that's deceptive, but I would, let's not worry about that. It would be nice if we could see what the tire they were currently on. That means, so, do we know what tire Legs is on right now? Aha! Legs is... Yeah, so those are the best laps, right?
Nope, that's actual tires on the timing. So, Danny Hernandez yep, so he is on the C1, 22 laps old. Same with William Neron. But those guys still need to pit.
Again? They're gonna pit again?
Unless they start on the C2s, I would say they...
Yeah, I think so. Yep.
They're gonna take these tires 10 more laps. I don't see that.
Yeah. I definitely see that. I mean, the hard stints that the drivers up front were running were quite a few laps. I don't know what lap they were pitting exactly, but
that would be 34 laps. 30. Yeah. No. Yeah, these guys still so Legs has to pit.
Everyone's pit.
Everyone's not
pit.
Oh. Well, what the heck?
So Legs changed onto the C1s from the C2, I think. So I think he went medium hard. So what we're seeing, I think it was Damien Hall ran the C3, ran the soft tire, but the majority of strategies, I think, are either hard, medium, or medium hard with a 1-stop. I don't see a 2-stop being remotely viable here, really. Although Herbert Reinstein is in the pits.
Oh,
Oh, and that's big puff of smoke coming out of Leg's car as
missed the
he
corner, missed the
lobbers the
chicane.
curb.
Yep. I
Absolutely
think.
hammers it.
Yeah, I think he outbraked himself into the chicane.
Yeah,
Um,
so I would like to get eyes on Kieran Fox right now because he's coming up to the back of Michael Luck, so he'll be able to make up. So Kieran was in 8th place, was he not? Did he lose some time again? Way out
pitted
wide, just hounding him.
He pitted 3 laps ago.
Okay. Yeah, so yeah, he pitted early on, and I guess he's taken a more regular pit stop because I'm surprised that he pitted early after that incident. I don't know if he was trying to give himself an advantage by moving to the hard tire. Or to the medium at the time, sorry. Now he's on the hard.
Well, yeah, and unfortunately, we won't know what happened to him until post race, when we can see the replays. So, also, we won't be able to see a lot of stuff that we actually missed, like especially what happened there with Cody Lawrence. And
I'm gonna have to sorry, Crow again because Legs is now in the pits. Perhaps.
I told you they weren't gonna make it.
Well, if more drivers get now he's back onto the medium, so if more drivers go or the hards were just not working, but
And no, they needed the pit.
Danny definitely got beyond half distance on the hard tire.
Danny Hernandez can take.
Then maybe it's hard, medium.
Yeah.
We'll have to see. Maybe with the Legs pitting, more drivers, if the tires start dropping, they will have to pit. Like, it's just what it is. Micah in the pits now. So with Kieran being on the hard now, that potentially, like, Fox could go to the end. So perhaps that's where he's going to make a move up through the field. Because he has taken 2 stops. That Chevy on the back of Ryan Earl. Those guys are getting close to one another. Certainly within DRS range. Now it's dropping just out. Chevy beyond a second. Only barely. Very marginal. Back within. And out again. Oh, taking a big wodge of time. So Chevy actually, again, I think, not sure if that's in the, yeah, it's in the last couple sectors. He just has an edge. He's got that part of the circuit dialed. So Chevy making up time in sectors 3 and a bit in sector 4. Doing a 14.4 to Earl's 15.1, so that is a healthy bit of time. And if you can do a similar lap and make up a similar advantage, yep, he's definitely got potential for an additional 7/10 or so, 6-7/10. So it could be that if he can stick within DRS range, keep it on the black stuff, he can take a good shot at Ryan Earl heading onto the next lap. Because I think what we've seen so far is that you can kind of you can slingshot it heading in towards the final chicane, but it's just not a place you can send it. Even the motorbikes, you see a lot of collisions and accidents there because 2 or 3 don't always go into one. No matter how much you try, because that chicane, it's a flip-flop. It's not just a left-right, it's a left-right-left. Or right, left, right, sorry.
Well, looking now,
Here on a DRS.
yeah, Matt Chevry, he is looking for his first podium of the season. So, he has to get by Ryan Earl to get the podium spot, and he is very close, 0.4 of a second away from getting by the guy in the way of the podium.
Yeah, he's cutting it tight there. The last lap wasn't quite as fast because he, once you're behind the driver that you're chasing, you can't just run your lines. So he's got the pace, but he needs to find the gaps now. Keep his head. Similarly, Ryan Earl will not want to give in to the pressure that Matt Chevry is putting on. Just closing through this fast section. What can he do with it?
It's going to be interesting here. Still 0.4 away as they are headed their way into the final chicane. And Matt Chevry, no, he doesn't hold it.
On the brakes, go, go, go. Okay, he gathers it up, but that's 3 seconds gone. So just chasing that podium hard. You might be able to make the time up again, but with 4 laps, 7/10 a lap, he's going to be hard pressed unless Ryan Earl makes a mistake, and Earl wasn't making mistakes even with Chevry breathing down his neck. So very well defended. We saw that in quali. It's easy to get on the gas and just get the car unsettled. Coming out of the final chicane. Reasonable spread through the field. You have to feel that Danny pretty much has this in the bag now. Legs with a personal best, a purple first sector. So this late in the race, we're still seeing drivers setting fastest sectors. It's really a surprise, but Legs is on the C2. He's one of the faster tires, and he was the driver that pitted recently. We didn't see more drivers coming. You can't be pitting with 3 laps to go now. So definitely, I think perhaps Legs was a bit of an anomaly. He was the most recent pitter, so Legs going for the 2-stop. It's dropped him down to 7th, but he's got a bit more pace in the car right now. There's a good chance that 2.5 seconds is going to disappear to William Neron very quickly. I'm not sure what place Legs pitted out of, but if his tires were going off anyway, he probably wouldn't have been able to stay there. I think we're gonna, he's taking handfuls of time now with these fresh tires. So I think as well, Matt Chevry, Earl's tires are dropping quicker, it seems, because Matt Chevry is within 1.5 seconds. I take back what I said. It could be that those two are very, very close by the time we hit the final straight. Legs taking a lot of curb again, sparks flying out of the back of the car. Evie, what do you think?
So, this is one of those things right now. You got, nobody's battling at this point. It's kind of just staying to get to the end. Right now, Danny Hernandez, probably those tires are starting to scream at 15 laps. But he has 2 laps to go. He's one of those drivers that can just take the tire life of it. And, even if the tire life says 0, he'll take it all the way. Cody Lawrence, same thing. Ryan Earl, I've not actually seen him take tires super long way, just because he has some unfortunate luck usually. But it seems like now he's putting 14 laps on that set of C2. So, and at this point, so he's going to be going out pretty much the distance here on those. So, but these tires are going to be feeling pretty rough. Unfortunately for Fox, he just could not take advantage of the situation. Plus, he also had to serve a penalty for crossing the white line on the pit exit of his first pit stop. So, legs close to William Neron.
Yeah. Actually putting it down the inside there as Neron loses it on exit. That turns legs around. So we've got legs and Neron both trying to get back on track. Just an unfortunate incident between them there, it seems. They get going again. Legs takes the position. But yeah, they do not actually lose spots from that. Grant Worley was already ahead. Damien Hall was behind. So Damien, if he'd been a bit closer, might have got a sniff. And Matt Chevry now is dropping just a little bit from Ryan Earl. So I don't think, for all the late race pace that Chevry had, he hasn't been able to close that gap. William Neron still within DRS range of legs. It was William who lost control there and caused that incident unintentionally. It looks like he does want to get that place back. It's the final lap.
Well, one more time around for Danny Hernandez, who is looking to take his first win of the season. And
there it is.
He comes across the line, wins it here tonight. Cody Lawrence will finish on the podium again. He was not on the podium last week, but comes home to second. Ryan Earl in the third spot, getting his third podium. Five podiums, I think, for him.
We might have an incident with William Neron again. Let you call the drivers coming across.
Legs looking at a sixth place finish here. William Neron in seventh. Damien Hall will come home to eighth, and Kieran Fox, after a tough day in the office, will come home to ninth. Not the finish he definitely wanted for this evening. Herbert Reinstein in 10th, Michael Locke in 11th, Angela in 12th. But the winner tonight, Danny Hernandez. Cody Lawrence will fall to is in second. Ryan Earl third, Matt Chevry fourth, and Grant Worley in fifth is the top five. So, well, we got 2 races to go. We head to Interlagos next week, and then we are headed for Autodrome de Paul Madeira.
Where's that?
That I don't know, to be honest. But that is the final race of the season. But we have Interlagos first, so that will be a great time again in Brazil. So, Tom, final thoughts.
That was a really very well-driven race from Danny. I know that Cody had an off, but that didn't happen until Danny had already taken control of the race. So that was all on merit. He really just had the race pace, drove smart. He was able to make the tires last. That was a very, very well-deserved win from Danny Hernandez.
Yes, it was. Well, next week, Interlagos. And of course, we want to thank you all for watching. Hit the follow button on Twitch and subscribe over on YouTube. And for everybody here at Apollo Racing Club, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next week at Interlagos. Good night, everyone.